Hey guys, it's Chris back with another video, and today I wanted to shortly touch base on the 350Z project. As I've seen recently, a few of you have been asking what's up with it, how come it's been a few months or a couple months since I've posted anything, and as you can see, it's now back in my possession. Alright, so what happened was we had to move to a new location. I couldn't keep the Z, and Coderman was going to hold it for me at his house, but took interest into purchasing it at the time. And then afterward, a little while after, I guess the timing just wasn't right. And so I ended up taking it back probably about a week or two ago. I just had AAA tow it since I didn't want to take any chances on it. But if you check his videos out, you could listen when we start the car. It definitely has rod knock. That is a guarantee. I was supposed to take it on this weekend's rally in Vermont, but last thing I want is to get halfway up the state and have it just blow up on me, and then no rally. So for that, I'll be taking my my B5 S4. So for this, I'm going to show you some of the parts that I've already gathered for the Z and what my plans are. And then maybe I have a few different options that I plan on going with. So maybe you guys can pick option 1, 2, or 3 and see which one is the best to go with. Yeah, so as you can see, I have a whole bunch of crap just loaded into the back. I got a set of car ramps, oil container that's been cleaned so that way it doesn't drip anywhere, Harbor Freight stuff, stuff that was going to clean the engine, and all that stuff, gloves. What else is here? Set of brakes, brand new brakes that I ordered because I don't know if it'll pick it up because it's nighttime. Yeah, it won't show. But all 4 brakes are rusted, so I don't want to take a chance with that stuff. I just rather replace everything just to be on the safe side. So I have new rotors, there's pads down there somewhere, and then let's just come around here. Let's close this real quick. This has been sitting for a week. I don't know if there's much in the way of battery life left. Still, ow, that hurt. Still need to find a radio, as this is just an empty pocket. Yeah, you really shouldn't store coolant in your car, more in a safe area, but since it's just sitting right now with distilled water, some rags I picked up at Benny's before they go out of business. I replaced the, you can't really see it, but I replaced the passenger seat belt back there. So I think it needs to get coated. It works, because before, I don't know if you can see it, but now it retracts and it clicks in and all that. So there's that. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty much the same as it was before I sent it to Coderman. Sorry, I kind of have to use a flashlight since it's already dark out. It's only 7:20. The time will be changing soon. As you can see on the right, I had changed the air filter just to get it, just to swap out the crappy one that was there. This shitty intake tube is still there. One of the clamps popped off, trying to get it to seat back, but I think it was already stripped, and that just, well, you know the rest. So belts will have to get done. And then, if you check Coderman's video, this is where the washer bottle line, I thought it was originally the washer bottle that wasn't working. So I bought a new one at a junkyard for 60 bucks. Turns out that it was just a hose that was disconnected. It was actually not disconnected, it was cut in the wheel well. Because there's no fender liner in there. So it looked like it probably rubbed up against the tire and then it ruptured. So what I did was I got brand new tubing, just bought whatever AutoZone had left. I think it's 3/8 tubing. And then ran the new line from back under there. It's a clear tube. It looks kind of yellow, but it's next to where you see that braided cable right behind the battery. I just connected that, ran that underneath the wheel well, and then down into the, I probably can't see it, the washer bottle down there. And then that seemed to push fluid out, but as soon as we held the washer stock, it would just drip. So I don't know if the line's clogged or not. And then the rear, just to get it working, just so that way I know that the pump on the washer bottle is still good, I just ran it back into here, so it just dumps back into the washer reservoir. The coolant bottle, as you can see, it's now filled. It was almost bone dry. So whoever had it before didn't even put coolant in it, or it drained out or evaporated or something. It went somewhere. Yep, not eBay special, AutoZone special, air intake. I need to get covers back there to cover up the brake parts, the brake booster, and all those lines. Same thing with the battery. So, I don't know. Seems like I'm in way over my head for what I thought was going to be a simple and quick fix. This bumper's got to still get redone. What else? These wheels have to go. Yeah, as you can see, the rotors are completely rusted. They're not seized, but they look nasty. Plus, I don't trust the previous owner maintenance interval. Just looking at how all this is, I really wouldn't trust it. Because would you trust brakes? Something that's a safety item. Some paint stuff I gotta do. This tint's got to come off because I doubt it's going to pass in Massachusetts. Yeah, same thing. These wheels still have to go. Kind of want to get rid of that back lip, but it seems like it's either glued on or it's just really stuck, baked in. But as you can see, the plasti dip, that turned out fine. You can see a little bit of swirl marks, but I think with a once this thing goes and gets repainted or clear coated or whatever, I could work that out. Same thing, probably get a new rear bumper because this thing looks like somebody chewed on it. These lights could use some refresh or new lights. This I don't think is even set properly. So yeah. Well, there you have it. There's the current state of the Z. It's kind of back to where it started. Yeah, $2,500. I thought I was going to have a few things to fix up and this and that. Turns out, blown motor and all this other stuff, so it's going to be a complete overhaul. I'm probably going to do it over the winter in sections. I'll try and upload as much as I can. But the way that I'm going, since the motor has to come out and I want to do everything proper, I was thinking 3 options. Either rebuild, get another VQ35DE motor, or try and find an HR motor. I know there's a few videos on YouTube that people have done it, where you swap that ECU harness, there's I think a cross member, there's a bunch of stuff that you need to swap. That motor by itself, because I don't want to take a chance with this one. Just in case I buy a bunch of parts, try and put it together and find out, oh, it's still junk anyways. A new to me, motor is roughly about, I think, $1,100 to $1,500. So that's option 1. Completely buy a new one, tear it down, rebuild it from scratch. Make sure, send it to a machine shop, get everything within spec. Get better bearings, forged pistons, forged rods. What else? And then I wanted to rebuild the heads with Tomei. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Tomei parts, the valve train. Same thing with their cams. Probably 270. Somebody said 264 on the exhaust and the intake side, you don't need to do work. They kind of just drop in, I guess. I think it was Admin Tuning. I had hit up and asked him for that information. I know the 272 cams, you have to do some head work for clearance. So that is one option. Just make it a high revving DE motor, and just enjoy the VQ sound. Option 2, I see now that there's a 2JZ kit that you can drop into this. It is an 03, so I think it has that transmission. I think it's either E or A. I can't remember exactly which one. I think the Model A is the later version, which is actually built. This one is more fragile, and it has I think 1 to 2, or just it starts to grind in between gears. I haven't noticed it with this, but I don't want to take any chances. Here again, it's the state of the car, how it is. But I was thinking maybe a 2JZ swap, that could be an option. I know I've seen on eBay and a few other places that the engine goes for roughly about $2,000 just for the bare motor itself, without the trans and the ECU and all that stuff. And then JukuRacing.com, I think, has the other swap kits, all the other parts that you'd probably need. So that was another option. And then my last option is to do what everybody else does and build a LSX type motor. I was thinking probably out of either the Escalade or Denali. It's the LQ9, which is the high output Vortec 8000 truck motor, iron block, that I was looking at, because you could get them for actually right around the same price as a replacement VQ35, which I found very interesting. And doing more research, I found that it's a lot easier to work on. It's reliable. The only thing is, I know I'd probably get a lot of hate for it. It's like, why are you putting a cheeseburger in a Japanese car? It doesn't belong. But I just want reliability, something easy to work on, something that I could put plenty of power to without having to worry about it blowing up. Here again, reliability. And I guess those iron blocks, they take a lot of power. They can take a lot of abuse and still work. So that's option number 3. So what do you guys think? To go the VQ route, go the 2JZ route, or do the LS swap? If I do the LS swap, I might also throw a single turbo on there, possibly, depending on how much time and how much money it would take to get a custom set of manifolds or whatever built. I want to get this car ready for spring 2018, so this is going to be a complete winter project. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll also link the videos that we did with Coderman, if you guys want to see the stuff that we discovered pulling apart the Z. And then yeah, so I'll leave those links below. Comment what you think of the car so far. Let me know what the options, which one you would go with, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.